Hi everyone, Caryn Lutz here, CEO founder of On the Go Talent LLC. I'm glad to be back and continuing this episode of The Secret to My Life and Living in My Purpose. And all about purpose and healing and helping others, because that's who I am. I'm going to reiterate that I have spent a lot of time these last few months really rediscovering and rebirthing my purpose, which is truly love and energy. And I'm going to take one of these and break them apart. And then I have a couple lessons for you all today. So love and energy. I get super passionate about projects that I'm working on, or when I'm singing, I'm dancing, and just connecting other people. So sometimes that gets misunderstood, and that's totally okay, because I am the CEO of my personal and professional life, and I know what's going on up here. There is no figuring out on behalf of other people. I am all about the creative process and connecting others to what I'm doing. I'm giving you guys the front seat here into my life and what I'm doing lately. And I am truly, truly happy about it and passionate about it. But I stumbled along the way because I had a lot of traumatic events and experiences that I was working through. But I want you guys to see that too. So number one, people know me definitely for my love and high energy. And like I said, it was kind of off. My thyroid was a little weird. So that's something that I'm sharing and I'm very transparent about. I'm not complaining or anything like that. I'm being honest because if there's others dealing with the same thing, I want to be able to help them as well. I can say that my heart is pure and true. And can you say the same? Are you doing the same? If you're not, why aren't you doing something that you are so passionate about and love? That's my question. Number two, people know me for my education, but I educate through entertainment. So whether that's singing, dancing, teaching about life, teaching about spirituality, teaching about healing, that's who I am. I am love, high energy, entertainment, and education. And then thirdly, I am known for inspirationally connecting other people to each other. And that's what I enjoy most. So that's my three right there. So my question, and drop it below. If you're watching the replay, drop it below. What do you think the three things are in your life that people know you most for? Like, that's your homework for the weekend. Like I said in the other episode, I'm a natural teacher, and I thank a lot of people for recognizing that and pushing me to go into the field of education, because you could never take that away from you. That's one of those other things, just like balancing out my life, having all this education in several different areas, but then learning about the spiritual side and the business side of things. And that's where I'm at now. And it's so funny. And I'm going to bring this up because I want to give gratitude. And some of you guys know that I love the personality test and the spiritual psychology stuff. And I just find that so amusing. And you guys know that I'm a campaigner. So I love lots of things, but I'm focusing in on myself. And whether that sounds selfish or not, it's not for you to judge or decide. That's what I've decided to do, and I claim that. And that's what I'm working on myself. But I'm sharing this for you all so that you can learn, because like I said, I'm a teacher in my heart. And I'll always be that, because that's one of my spiritual gifts. So going back to the personality types, I've been so blessed to have some, and I say this not lightly, some of the best mentors and teachers in the world. And I am so grateful for having them in my life and both personally and professionally. So I have been noticing a theme in here with some of the mentors that I've had, and I think there's like a lot of butting heads. Remember I said this, there's a lot of butting of the heads, and there's like 3 or 4 of them throughout my life, and it's not like, it's like a love hate, but it's not a hate on from my end. I know that much. I just get misunderstood a lot. I am one of those who's such a visionary and gets to see the bigger picture. And I think I'm, since 5 years old, sometimes maybe way ahead of my time, but I'm reflecting back and looking at how I can take things now in the present. And that's where I am. I'm taking things today. And those who have read my book, and if you don't know, I have a book out on dance, and I did a whole qualitative study. It took me a really long time to do that project. But that's who I am. I'm more on the philosophical side, as opposed to being like a numbers person. And that's where I'm at. But going back to my mentors and my teachers, I am looking at things, and I'm recognizing that pattern of my mentors making me wrong first. And as I'm learning, and I have explained this before with this whole energetic metaphysics backing behind this, that energy was placed onto me and I hadn't like nowhere to put it. So if you make choices to put negative out, like it has to come back to you, and it may not come back the way that you put it out, if that makes any sense. But I am consciously making the effort to empty my life's vacuum bag out, and that those negatively charged particles back out, and they need to return like where they came from. And it's not ill intent, and it's not for anybody else to digest that. I'm just saying I have nothing to prove. I know what my intentions are, and this is where I'm at. And the moral of the story is I've reflected, and I figured out why I got offended when these butting of heads happened, and that was a breakthrough. So I thank those mentors, because every time it happens, like now I'm like just catching it faster, and like I turned it into something else. Like that's the funniest part. I told you guys a couple months ago that when I was digesting this stuff, like you get stronger and stronger with this energy, and it's becoming stronger because I'm emptying out those negatively charged particles, and I'm refilling my life's vacuum bag with positively charged particles, or recharging the positively charged particles. And if I'm over your head with this, I'd be more than willing to direct you into my teachings and my learnings. And that's up to you. But it's funny because a couple days ago, I did mention, and some people did disappear, a few weeks ago, which I said that was to be expected. But some hang on. You know why? Because they need to be in my life for one reason or another. I'm so incredibly blessed to have all these friends, but like it was an open invitation to like dismiss yourself and not be codependent on anybody else. And that's one thing that I am learning now. And I own my life. I own my behaviors. I have analyzed stuff more than people would ever realize. They would look at it and be like, oh my gosh, you really took this seriously. Yes, I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning. I love to be in class. Like this is why I'm still in class now. And I've had like probably 20 years of like college under my belt. This is who I am, and it goes under those 3 categories of my purpose and who I am. I would like to say that maybe I'm a good addiction to have, and a positive influence, because let's face it, I love to entertain, and I'm actually hilarious once you get to know me. Um, so that's where it's at. So I am just very grateful for the breakthroughs and the realizations that I've come to this week. If you're watching the replay, post what you think if you feel comfortable, or reach out privately to me and talk about your life purpose. If you're not there, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life? Maybe I'm supposed to help you unblock that and figure that out, and help you figure that out for yourself. Because nobody else really helped figure that out for me. I took the time and have done all the trauma work to figure it out on my own. And that's what it is. Love and energy, education through entertainment, and inspirational connection. I have a pure heart. Truly. I only want the best for everyone. But the negative energy needed to be dismissed, and it's still being dismissed. So however it's out into the universe, it is. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I really hope that you take the time to love yourself this weekend. Take the time to love, reflect, and fix yourself. Like, take time. That's one of your other homework assignments. See, I just come on here and just naturally teach because this is what I could do. This is what I could do all day, every day, and sing, right? And dance. Take 20 minutes today, 20 minutes to yourself, and reevaluate your life and balance it, because that's where I had the biggest struggle. My natural abilities always shine through, but there were other things that were very unbalanced that I needed to work through, and that I claim it today. I claim it here right now. Claim it for yourself today. If you aren't being creative, be creative this weekend. And if you're making something this weekend and you're participating in creative or performing arts, drop that below too. We're all in this together, and that's what a lot of people aren't seeing. There's a lot of control issues and codependency issues that I've been around and exposed to, and I'm graciously breaking ties and owning my life. And I encourage you to do the same. What is your purpose? You are more than a title. You are more than a social status. You are more than what people label you as. And remember, I said that. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you guys. Bye.